So the crop height at the moment is about 3.5 meters from the floor. At the top of the plant we're starting with pollination. That's where everything begins with the plant. We don't actually have access to bumblebees in Australia, and some of the native bees that we've tried don't do a good enough job, so we actually use a manual pollination. Some people tap their plants. We actually use this vibrating wand, so if I turn that on, it's essentially shaking, and we shake the flower and you can see the pollen coming out of the end of the flower. We do this on every plant 3 times a week. So in this glasshouse we have about 350,000 plants, and we do that 3 times a week. Sometimes if the weather's poor we might do that more often, just to ensure that we get the best set possible. From there we go into the other crop jobs. The next job from there, depending on the variety, we will actually prune the truss. So you can see this truss actually still has a couple of flowers on the end of it. We tend to prune those off, and it depends on the size of the fruit and the end product that we're trying to get. But essentially we can take those flowers off, and again that's just wasted energy that we don't need to put into the plant. So the smaller we can take that off, the better off we'll be. This is full hydroponic. We're running in a media. The actual media that we're using is rock wool. Basically it's a spun fibre or a spun rock. You can see that the roots are quite healthy there, and they're right through the entire slab. Essentially all the media is a base for the roots to hold on to. So some people use NFT or nutrient film technology, which is just running in water. We gain more control by using, and it's probably a bit safer from a risk perspective, using rock wool. So what's wonderful about this product is, without doing too much damage, that seems quite dry, but when you squeeze it, there's quite a phenomenal amount of water. Can actually, the water holding capacity is huge. This plant won't like me very much. I've just taken a few of its roots away, but to feed this system we're using hydroponic drip irrigation system. Every plant has the same opportunity. We're putting in fertilizer and water through this dripper. We're doing all of the fertilizer mixes out of the greenhouse obviously, and we're bringing this in at different rates and at different times of the day depending on the conditions, the outside or the inside conditions. We're using gas for our heating purposes, but what we actually do is we run the gas through the day, which is not necessarily when we need the heat, and we capture all the heat in big storage tanks. So we have about 2.5 million litres of 85-degree water that we build up through the day. And we do it through the day because we can reintroduce the CO2 off the flue gas straight back into the greenhouse. And what this does is the plants use the CO2 to help with their photosynthesis, and then we actually get better production at the end of the day. We're not putting the CO2 into the atmosphere, we're actually putting it back into the crop.